Hi everyone, welcome back to the Nail Nails channel. Today it's Meg and I am doing something a little bit different. I am going to basically be showing you my top picks. So these will be my top picks for 2026 this year. So far, I would say these are the products that I use every day as a nail technician. I do builder gel and I do manicures, pedicures and acrylics. So these are sort of the staples that I would like 100%, I swear by. They're always in my drawer, they're my staples, they're my ride or dies. So this is just a little bit interesting, like obviously if you're new here and you haven't bought from Naio Nails before, then this will be interesting for you, because if you've been teetering with the thoughts of ordering from Naio Nails, then obviously you want to watch this video because it could save you a little bit of money and also cut some, have some shortcuts basically, so you don't have to overbuy products that you don't need and you won't use. Especially if you're a beginner, or like I said, you're a professional nail technician and you've just never used our products before, but you want to switch from a different brand and you're not sure if it's worth it or whether we've got stuff that is going to suit you. So I'm here today to basically just show you what I use on a daily basis, and I have done for the last 13 years. Nothing here that I'm going to show you has ever changed. The quality has always remained the same. Products always remain the same. I get long lasting nails with the acrylics, builder gel. My nail art stuff always stays on. And I've had clients that have stuck with me 13 years using these products and their nails are all perfect. No one has had any issues unless they've cheated and gone to the nail bar. So yeah, I will be doing my staples first, which are the things I use all the time. And then I'm going to go and run through a couple of different shades of each, so blue, green, pink, red. My top picks out of those as well, which ones I use the most and which I prefer and I like, because obviously if you've been on our gel range, the options are endless and there's hundreds, so sometimes that can be a bit overwhelming. So if you just want to start out, get yourself a few base colours, then this is obviously the video that will help you out. I have, as you can see, like a ton of gels, and I've got more in my drawer. That's just the ones that I can actually have out on the shelves because I've got no room. But I've got tons. I've been collecting them for ages, obviously. I've been, whatnot. So yeah, out of all of those colours that I've got and tried, these are the ones that I would say are like, again, my ride or dies, so might help you. But yeah, let's get into it. I hope this video is helpful to you, especially if you're thinking about moving over to our brand. And that's about it. If you think I'm just being biased and you don't believe me, then if you've got the time on your hands, scroll right down to the bottom of my Instagram page, because it shows you right there that years and years and years and years and years ago, I was still using this brand. I always have. I have never swayed. So yeah, I'm not biased. This is literally just what I use every day. If you want me to prove myself and film my whole salon and all my drawers, I can, but I don't need to do that. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to show you all the products and just test them out for you so you can see. Okay guys, these are all of my ride or dies. So these are the staples that are always in my drawers, no matter what I'm doing. Obviously, base coat, top coat speaks for itself. I have all of that as well, but these are definitely the types of things that I would always have in my stock cupboard from no other brand, but only this brand, because these are things I use and that work for me, and they're good for beginners and professionals. So we're going to get straight into it with the acrylic powders to start with, because I get a lot of comments on what colours I use. And they'll say in the comments, what colour's this, what colour's that? They all look similar, so I'm going to show you now. These are the 4 that I will always have in my drawer. Excuse the rhyme. Let's get to it. Right, I also forgot that with the acrylic powders, there's obviously another key component, which is the monomer. So my top pick for our monomers would be our Max Adhesion acrylic liquid. It's HEMA free. There is like an advanced no lift technology as it states on the bottle. I do always use my Ultra Bond acid primer to pair with this. I've tried the non-acid ones, they are also fine, but personally for my clients this is like a game changer. It doesn't, you know, the nails don't lift as long as I apply the nails correctly and the nails are healthy, they don't lift. So we use the Ultra Bond acid primer, which is 10/10, absolutely incredible, it works every time. And then I will go in obviously with my Max Adhesion. I started using the Max Adhesion when I first started, basically just because I had tried the medium speed and all of that, and I was a little bit slower at the time. And I'd found that my application when I first started wasn't great and I needed a little bit of help. So I was like, oh great, they do a Max Adhesion. So basically, long story short, I've just stuck with it because it works, and I feel like the speed on this, oh my god, why am I lisping? I find that the speed on this particular acrylic is basically in the middle. It's not, you know, your acrylic's not going to dry in seconds. You don't have to move quickly with it, you can take your time. But also, if you do get the right ratio of monomer to powder, it can dry faster. So if you do want to move quickly, you've just got to basically make sure that your ratios of powder to liquid is bang on, and it will dry quickly for you. That's when you're more confident, obviously, with applying acrylics. So yeah, it basically does what it says on the tin. This is like incredible for beginners, because if you're not confident with your nails not lifting and all of that kind of business, then yeah, this is the one for you. So we've got the Ultra Bond acid primer first. I don't use dehydrator. Then I go in with the Max Adhesion liquid. And then as for my acrylic powders, I'm going to start by showing you natural beige and soft beige. So there's lots of different nude tones that we offer on the website, but these are the two that I found my clients use the most. I've got 2 pink ones and 2 nudes that get used consistently, and people don't sway from them. So I'm just going to get my brush and dip it in some monomer. And I'm just going to show you a couple of beads. Obviously, bear in mind that, by the way, don't judge me on my brush, okay? I use a big brush. I always have. I prefer big brushes. So if you wonder why it's the size of my hand, it looks so much bigger on camera than it really is, but I use it like an 18. Yeah, 18 I use. Yeah, just, I get comments on like, why is my brush so big? It's just because I like a big brush, okay? Don't hate. So first of all, soft beige, as you can see, I'm not lying, it's empty. I need to order a new one. This would be my favorite light nude that we offer. It's not pinky toned, it's just a flat light nude. It's milky toned sort of. So yeah, I would say this personally for me is my fave. You can see it's starting to polymerize now, so it's not too quick. It's not ready yet to go on the nail. Once it begins to be smooth like it is now, then it's ready to go on. If you don't want to work as quickly, then obviously you could maybe apply it to the nail a bit sooner than it turning smooth, because that would give you a little bit of wiggle room. But you can see here I can still play with it. I'm still moving it around just by adding some extra liquid. But that is soft beige. I'm trying to find something that I can show you, like skin toned. I've got gloves on, but it looks pinky on camera, but it's not. It's kind of like a really nice nudie colour. You can see how buttery it is. I always film TikToks with acrylic application, and I'm always stating like it's super buttery. If you don't know what that reference would be to nails, then obviously it just means it's super smooth. So yeah, that is our soft beige. The next one that I'm constantly using is Natural Beige. Again, it's almost gone because I use it all the time. This is just a smidge darker than the Soft Beige. And I would say it's similar to Warm Beige, which was one of my most popular colours that I used, but it has become a bit of a takeover, this one. You can see it's a little bit darker. It is also taking its time. I would say the Natural Beige takes a little bit longer to polymerise on the brush than the other one. So it's getting there now. And that's the tone of it, really pretty. I'm going to pop it next to this one. There's not too much in it, if I'm honest, but it's just that little bit darker, you can see. I'll get a little bit of a close-up in a minute. Obviously, on somebody's natural nail and against his nail, the natural nail colour and the nail skin, it's not going to look this bold. I always say that to people. When it's on a white sheet, it's obviously going to look, you know, a lot more bold, but you can see there the difference. Some people prefer this against their skin tone, some people prefer the lighter. So they're my top two nudes. So now I'm going to go in with the pink, and this has become one of my favourites. I never used to have this. I never used to pick it, but the consistency of Flawless, I don't know what it is. It's a little bit different than some of the others. It's very smooth, really easy to apply. So if you've got a client that just has a full colour of gel over the top of their acrylic, and you want an acrylic powder that's really, really, really easy to use, then just use this. So I'm going to get a little bead of this. It looks really dark off camera, but it's not. There you go. That's quite a wet bead, so it did smooth itself out quickly, but you can see how rich it is. It's like a rosy toned pink. I would say perfect for darker skin tones, whereas these two I would say are good for everybody, but if you are a little bit more on the pale side, this could wash you out a little bit and look a bit too dark, but it's really pretty. I tend to always go with this myself. So that's Flawless. And then if you want a nice light pink, if you're wanting, please excuse the state of the box, okay? I haven't got a brand new big tub of this to show you just for like video and purposes. This is obviously, I'm a working salon here, so everything gets used. But yeah, perfect blush. This is the biggest tub that we do. It's 195 grams, it's huge. Obviously this is the best way to store your acrylic powders if you know you're going to use them. It's best value. I only tend to get the 195 pots for my clear, white, and my favourite pink and my favourite nude. So tend to do that just because I go through them like no one's business. And then generally I will just go in with the 65 grammars, which are these. You can see the size difference because they last forever as well. Yeah, I'll stop rambling. So this is a really cute nudie pink. And I'm going to show you now. Nice bead of this. It's quite similar to Soft Beige, but it's obviously the pink version. You can see it's really creamy. I'm going to pop it just here. Very, very creamy colour. Obviously better for your clients that prefer the pinky tone. All of them have amazing consistencies. I would say that all four of these are equal. There are some acrylic powders that do dry a little bit faster and a little bit slower, but after trying all of them, I find that these four shades are definitely equal. So if you're not confident, like I say, with your application on everything, if you want a good range of colours that are all the same to apply, these are all the same. So you've got a light nude, medium nude, and then you've got like a deep rosy pink and a light pink as well, and I use them all the time. So that's my acrylic powders. Let's move on. These obviously were all my important key things that are in my drawer. You can see here I've literally got tons. I do mix a lot of my colours as well. Naio's acrylic powders are really, really good for mixing. So just a quick little like hack for me. Some of my clients like a custom pink of mine, which I have been doing for a long time, and there is pictures of me like of my sets with it. So I get a lovely custom pink, so it's quite a vibrant pink, but it's still natural, and it's still got like a bit of translucent finish to it. I will take Pastel pink, which is the lightest pink that we do. Again, that's a really good cover acrylic as well. And then I'll take Barbie pink, which is kind of like a purpley dark pink. And I mix them together with a little bit of clear powder and a little bit of white, and just until I get the right consistency. And then it's kind of similar texture to the Flawless, where it's a little bit glossy and see-through, but it still is full coverage, if that makes sense. So yeah, if you want like a nice custom pink, then mix these two together, Pastel pink and Barbie pink. I just wanted to say that because Barbie pink would be easy to miss because it's such a vibrant pink. You may be like, well, why would I need that, you know? But it's a really good mixing colour, so yeah, anyway. Okay, so for the glues, we have a squeezy bottle and a brush on glue, and personally, I've always used brush on glues. I just find that they're easier to apply and I don't overuse the product. So this is our brush on glue, and that's my top pick for our glues. They last forever as well, really well priced. Obviously, standard, just like the top coats, base coats, matte coats. I always make sure that I've got a Serious Black and a Snow White in the drawer because they are great coverage. If you're doing a French, you only need one coat of that. If you're doing black French, you only need one coat of that. They're not watery, they do what they say on the tin, and yeah, the new bottles are absolutely stunning. I like the square, it looks more professional. So yeah, black and white, Serious Black, Snow White, definitely got to be in your drawer. And then, okay, chrome liquids. So I think if you're a nail tech, you'll know it's really, really like difficult. It's like the bane of my life basically to find a liquid chrome, because not all the time do I want to get out powder and end up covered in chrome powder myself. It's messy and it takes time and it's annoying, so sometimes you just want to draw it on. We have got a newer product now, and it is our liquid chromes. We've got, I believe, 2 shades of this, 2 or 3. This is the shade that I have got. Let me open that without my glove because that's not going to be aesthetically pleasant. So this literally, where's my opening? Hold on. Oh, ignore that. That was just the top. There she is in all her glory. I haven't opened it fully, but this is just a pure silver liquid chrome. There's tons in here. I got this months ago and I've used it a lot, and you can see it's coming out there. There's still like, it's a full pot. So it goes really far. It's in a cute, neat little pot, looks professional, and it is just pure silver. I mean, if it helps, I can probably maybe try and tag some pictures down below or something of sets where I've used all these different products. But yeah, the silver liquid chrome is definitely a must. Needed to happen, it needs to be there. So that's that one. Moving on to the files and buffing, we have got a multiple range of stuff. So my top pick, I use it for everything, whether it's debulking, you know, filing down, filing off gel polish, all of that kind of stuff, filing acrylic. This is my go-to. I always buy the 120/120. I used to buy 80/80 back in the day, but it's too rough for a lot of work. Obviously for debulking and stuff like that, it's brilliant, but I tend to just find that the 120 is actually really good. It's not too fine. It still has a really good grip to it. Because I know when you buy files and stuff on Amazon and places like that, they can, when you pick a 120, out of my personal experience, they've come in and I've tried them and they're like as soft as my freaking glove. Like they don't do anything. So our 120 grits have grip to it. Like they're good and they last. You know, if you're going to have one per client, or you want to, you know, obviously chuck it and reuse in between each client, which is what I do. However you want to do it. If it's for self-use, it's going to last you forever. But yeah, they Get your words out. They are good. Not more I can say about it. It's a file. Yeah, 120 is the one you want in your drawer because it's just versatile, universal, it'll work for everything, and it's super cute with the little purple. You can buy big packs of these, and you can buy individuals, and you can also buy replacement sheets to go over the top, so it's like a stick-on one, which is really handy. And out of all of our different buffers, I always go with the white buffing block. Again, this one has just the right amount of grit, and it's not too sharp, it's not too soft, it's just right for natural nail acrylic, all of that kind of stuff. The only thing I would say is the edges here can be a little bit sharp if you are going near the cuticles, so a good way of blunting them down a little bit is just to run your file over the edges. Same with your files. If you find that you're new to doing nails and you're worried about cutting your clients, then just get another file and just file over the edges, and it just softens them a little bit. So that's my files. And then we come to the interesting ones. This is a brand new product from us. It's the nail tip gel adhesive. You'll see me using this in all of my videos basically because I'm obsessed with it. It's an unhealthy addiction. Basically, it's a 3D sculpting gel. I haven't opened this one yet, just because I'm trying to show you bottles and things that are as clean as I can, because we all know by now my stuff is not very clean because I use it all the time. This is this is the one I made earlier. That's the one I use on a daily basis, but basically you squeeze it out like so. Comes out clear. You can touch it, it's not too sticky, and you can create some amazing 3D nail art with this. And it's also fantastic as a full tip gel adhesive as well. It's really good glue. I have tested nails out on myself and they were on for weeks. So that's that. And also our Acrygel. This is something I was a bit scared to use in the past, and I must admit I don't really do many Acrygel sets, but what I have found it useful for is when I'm doing 3D work but it's flatter. So say I want to make a ball, like a 3D ball, I will use her. But if I want to make flat nail art, like the butterfly wings and things like that, and the iPhone that I made, Acrygel is actually better and easier to use. You need a clean, like laminate surface almost, and then you have your slip solution and your brush. Can't find it right now, but we have a brush that goes with this. So you just dip your brush in a little bit of slip solution, and it's really easy to mould and use, and it dries completely solid. There's no movement to it, it's completely solid. So yeah, you can get this in all the different colours, clear, white, nudes, pinks, all of that. I am going to be ordering some new colours, so I can do a few swatches if you want. I really hope you're not getting bored of my voice now. We're nearly there. I'm going to move on now to the colours. Okay, so these are our nude range. We've got the nude and the nude pinks. Most of the nude pinks, I believe, are sheer. This is Shy Time here. It's sort of a nudie, like a rosy nude pink. It's lovely, buildable. Like I say, it's not full coverage. It is sheer. And then you've obviously got on the right Flower Girl, which is in our nude range. Now, some of the nudes are sheer and some of the nudes are full coverage. So just bear that in mind when you are ordering. These are both sheer, obviously, but not all of the nude, when it says nude on the bottle, not all of them are sheer like these colours. By the way, this colour Flower Girl is beautiful. It's really good for building on top of a lighter acrylic base. If you've used porcelain pink or soft beige, and you just want, your client wants something that's a little bit more of a pop of pink, then 2 coats of this on top is gorgeous. It looks very pink in the top of the bottle, but it's not, I promise. It is just very see-through, very buildable. So yeah, the nude range, you'll see when you look through our nude range that there's a lot of colours on there. There is some that are sheer and some that are full coverage, so just bear that in mind. But when you see nude pink on the bottles, like my Shy Time bottle that I just showed a second ago, I believe that most of those, if not all of them, are sheer. So you can always obviously drop a message or a comment just to ask whether a particular colour is sheer or full coverage, just to cover you there. But yeah, these are lovely, very buildable, really handy to have in the drawer. This would be my favourite nude It looks really dark here, but it's not. I always have to like pre-warn my clients, trust me, it's not going to come out like that. You can see here, it's very nudey. It's like a dark caramelly nude. And again, if they had soft beige or natural beige, but they want it a little bit darker and a little bit more something about it, then Shy Time is the one I'd pick. And it's buildable, like I say. Right, so 2026, my top picks in the pinks would be Bath Bomb. This has been used and used and used since I bought it a couple of months ago. Absolutely stunning colour. It's bright, but it's still got a little bit of like a pastel undertone, so it's not neon at all. It's very versatile with sets, just a really gorgeous colour. So Bath Bomb is definitely up there for me. For a pale pink gel polish, I would go with Strawberry Cream. It's just like a really nice baby pink. Cherry Blossom is lighter than this. If you want an even lighter pink, Cherry Blossom would probably be the lightest pink that we do. But I do find that this one is picked more at the minute. People are definitely getting braver with their colours. So baby pink and a medium to darker pink would be Bath Bomb and Strawberry Cream. Then for the blues, and blue's like one of my favourite colours, I've got tons of them. My lighter top pick for blues would be Summer Sky at the minute. I have lots that are similar, but honestly, I would say if you're looking for a nice sort of pastely undertoned medium to light blue, then Summer Sky is probably the best pick for you. Works with any skin tone, just looks gorgeous. Really pretty summer colour, obviously it says it on the bottle. And against the lightest, my favourite dark used to be Royal Blood, but I found that this one's a little bit more workable with clients. More clients have it because Royal Blood is a little bit more of a pow kind of, like, you know, boom boom blue. I don't even know if that's a thing, but yeah, this one is a really nice deep navy colour. It's just gorgeous. We use it a lot. I would say we have a lot of dark blues, but if you just want a standard flat deep navy that is going to go with everything and everyone's going to like it, it will be Ocean Ridge and Summer Sky. So they are the blues. My reds that I always use, my ride or dies, a darker red, but it's not burgundy, but it's verging on, is Burlesque. This colour is like hands down used all the time. Great for Christmas, great for Valentine's Day, and if your client wants all red but they don't want it to look like a freaking, I don't know, red light, then this is the one for you because it's got that deepness and richness to it that's going to suit everybody. And my lighter red, that is going to go for my fiery girls that like a little bit of brightness, and it's got a slight orangey undertone to it which keeps it really super bright, is Courtesan. I think that's how you say it. So pretty, really bright red. There's a slight orangey undertone to it, as you can probably see. It's a little bit different to Burlesque. Excuse the lid, sorry guys. My top pick for the orange brightness, like a nice bright bold orange, would be Jaffa Cake. This again is something newer than the one I used to use. I used to use Mimosa a lot, which is quite similar, but I prefer Jaffa Cake, especially for the summer seasons, and also if you just need a really good orange for autumn as well, with all the autumn leaf designs and the pumpkins, then this is also a really good choice, because Mimosa is a little bit darker. I think this is a little bit more versatile throughout the year. Jaffa Cake is my top bright orange. And then for something a little bit more peachy orange, I've always stuck with Indian Summer. It's kind of a peachy undertoned orange. It's definitely still orange, but it's very soft. So if someone wants something a little bit different, but they're not, you know, bold enough to go with that, then this is a really nice colour. So Indian Summer. Then my favourite green, hands down, all year round, is Cloverfield. I only recently got this end of last year and I've used it so much since. It's definitely a lovely colour. It's kind of like a, yeah, it's giving like St. Paddy's Day. It's that kind of green, you know, it's not like a grass green or anything. It's really pretty. That would be my top pick for the greens. I haven't picked out purple today just because I've got a ton, but you want me to do purple, I can. I've just gone with the ones that I use a lot. These colours genuinely I use all the time, so that's why I picked them out. It is my top picks. So for nudes, these are the ones that I use all the time. Again, 2 of them are on the nude range, but these ones are fuller coverage than Flower Girl and Shy Time. You'll be able to see it in the pictures. These 2 are definitely more full coverage. So for a light nude, I've always stuck with Soft Cuddles. It's a cool toned nude colour, really pretty. It's got no pinkness to it, it's got no orangey tones, it's just very flat, cool toned nude, and that tends to go really well with like a French, if someone prefers a lighter tone. If you've got somebody that wants a medium toned nude, a little bit more of a biscuity colour, like a sort of, what's the right word? Caramelly colour, I guess. This is really nice. It's very similar to, what's it called? Hang on. Where is it? Oh, Butterscotch. It's similar to Butterscotch, but Butterscotch has got more yellow tones to it. This is a really lovely nude. Like, I'm tanned at the minute, but look, very nice. So that's like my mid-tone. And then if we're gonna go with somebody that wants a pinky nude, because we all know that's the thing, this is my perfect pinky nude. It's called Kissable, and it looks like this. Again, this is something that I would personally pick. I'm a sucker for these colours. So pretty. It's like it's got the rosy tone to it, but it's still nude. So they are my top picks for gels. They are all my top picks for this year. That's generally everything that I use on a daily basis. It's not things that get pulled out every couple of months. These are colours and products that I use every day without fail, Monday to Sunday. So, well, not Sunday, I'll be lying. I'm off on Sundays, but Monday to Saturday, that's everything I use. Please leave your feedback in the comments down below. And obviously, if you've got any questions to further go into detail about anything that I pulled out today, then obviously feel free to comment, and we will get back to you. I can get back to you myself. And if you've got questions about the products themselves, if you're a beginner, then obviously feel free to message. But make sure to give the videos a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for the support and all the love, and I will be back in the next video. Bye! Lasagna, lasagna. I want my dinner. Look at that. That's gross. Mate, look at my sweaty hands. Let's take old Geraldine, my little ride or die tool. Oh, I'm gonna go and have a lasagna now. Night.